First Dibbs question today, sponsored by Trantolo and Trantolo, representing seriously injured people for over 85 years in the state of Connecticut, in Hartford, Waterbury, Bridgeport, New Haven, and Torrington. Give them a call at 844-999-9999. Do you think TPC River Highlands and the Travelers Golf Championship is too easy on the golfers?
I don't think it's too easy. I think you're asking the wrong guy. First of all, you're talking to a guy that wants to make the holes besides the basketball hoop. So, I would like to see a minus 50 out there one of these weekends. Now, there's rumors. That's not really a rumor. Andy Grube told us during a press conference a couple of months ago that,
You said Andy Grube, but that's okay. I knew what you meant. Andy Bissett and Nathan Grube.
Right. Nathan Grube said this, that there were some players or some people from the PGA and TPC representatives that were looking at purchasing houses on the property. Never said why, just told us that that's what was going on. And my thought is, well, they're trying to buy houses to make tee boxes. Push them back, make them longer. The whole time I was out there, Dibbs, I was thinking that, especially yesterday, and I'm thinking, like, where can you actually do this? How do you make this course longer?
Well, you need land, and they're going to have to take some houses and make it into a part of the golf course.
I think, like, one is where it's at. You can't push that tee box any further back, or you're in the parking lot, basically.
Right.
I think there are some places 2 through 7 that you could possibly move a tee box or a green. But, geez, think about that.
You can make the sand traps tougher. I know at my old country club, we got people from Ireland that came over here, and they brought in different sand, and they actually changed the angles. And trust me, it was way more difficult. So you can change the configuration. But even listening to Jim Nance and the guy he was doing the stuff with, I apologize, I don't know, because I wasn't really listening all the time, but because I was surfing baseball games. At the same time, they were talking about these guys appreciate a tighter course, a smaller course, because you're rewarded for good shots, and you're penalized big time. These other guys were penalized big time for poor shots.
Yeah.
So, and I respect him, but listen, when you got $3.6 million on the line, I don't care that you're mentally tired. You're burned out from the U.S. Open. Well, so were the other 154 guys that either missed the cut or are making Monday qualify. Everybody's got stress levels. They're different depending on all that kind of stuff. So Keegan Bradley missed the cut at the U.S. Open. You don't think that's stressful? That while he's mini golfing, you don't think that guy in the back of his mind is going, man, I can't be missing cuts like that. So every cut miss. John Rahm, that's the first time he missed a cut in over 2 years.
Number one on the FedEx standings, too, by the way.
So listen, I know that Nathan and Andy are going to do different things with the PGA to make it more difficult. But is that going to make guys want to come back? No. I think guys come here, A, because you treat them so well and you're respectful of them and their caddies and their families. B, the fans. The fans are exceptional in how the weather was awful Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It was looking like thunderstorms. Didn't care. Fans were there. They had their slicks on. They were ready. Their slickers. They were ready to sit there in driving rainstorms if they had to support their golfers.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. It's an easy course. There's some courses that play better. And it was the conditions that set up. I've seen it in years where it's been really windy. These guys are hitting balls all over the place. There's a couple of, Tim was talking about, a couple of times you have to hit it over water, and then you're coming back around like 15, 16, 17, 18. You're coming around this huge lake that it presents a different hazard all the way around on that whole corner. So I love the way the golf course is set up. I just think that a lot of these guys, they don't just come here because it's easy or scoring is easy, because I don't think scoring is easy on any golf course. I think there's different shots for lefties that create a problem. I think there's different shots on every golf course that are supposed to be difficult. Listen, Bubba Watson, he hits it over a bunch of houses because he's left-handed. Righties can't do that.
Yeah.
And I think that's like 10 or 12 or whatever hole that is. So I just, it's not that I don't agree that it's short. Yes, it's short. But I think that, you can make it more difficult. You can make it really difficult. You can make the greens smaller. You could make it really, really tough on these guys. Is that going to make them want to come back? I don't think so. I think there's a lot of things that bring these golfers here, and I think a lot of it is the treatment of everything involved.
Purse. That was probably the C. You went A, B. The C's probably the money. I mean, if this stays elevated, I think you have no choice but to play it after the U.S. Open.
Absolutely.
We shall see what 2024 brings. I was thinking about 17. So 17 had a new tee box. It was pushed all the way up the hill as far as they possibly could to get to that cart path. 15, that tee box is beautiful, and it's got that Travelers like logo right there. What if we bought those houses right on top of that hill and then just had like a mountain to climb to get up to those two tee boxes, 15, 17? Would that make it a little harder? I don't know. Is that going to do it for you, Rory? I don't know. There's just not that much room out there. Which, by the way, I went through 13 and I went on the railroad tracks yesterday where the sinkhole happened a couple of years ago. It is so much better now. Like the sinkhole kind of opened up the woods. Is that the Connecticut River right there?
Yes.
Isn't that awesome? I never saw that until the sinkhole happened. Yeah, I think we need a couple more sinkholes. Open this place up a little bit. That'd make things difficult. Watch out for the sinkhole.
I just thought it looked amazing on TV.
It did.
I mean, we always marvel at Augusta and the Masters. Pebble Beach, for me, is another golf course that, I mean, that's a bucket list for me to golf on.
I was getting texts, and I think, we know where it's at. You know, we make that turn off 99 as somewhat of a farm field, and then it kind of opens up to a beautiful PGA Tour. People were texting me all weekend long. Where is this? That is gorgeous. Like, just comments like that. They're watching on television like you were, and just seeing it. And you're right. Like, it's a beautiful representation of Connecticut. Kurt, you were talking about the drone footage. Was that, like, showing the city and everything?
Yeah,
the
on the
B-roll
north side
was
of
Hartford.
Of town, on the north side of the Founders Bridge, and then coming over the river and showing the town, and it looked fantastic.
Awesome.
The Aragoni was lit up nicely. They did some drone motion shots over Route 66. Oddly enough, that's where they did the video for River of Dreams with Billy Joel back in the day.
Look
that
at
railroad
that.
bridge.
Listen, I used to take helicopters in and out of New York when I was a player, and this area in New England is exceptional. It's so beautiful, and I think that finally we have the technology to see how beautiful it is. But honestly, the build out was perfect. We know how big some of these new buildings are and some of these fan places are and stuff like that. But the way it really accentuated the positive of that golf course and the new clubhouse. I mean, it was like, wow, was I just at that spot?
Honestly,
I couldn't believe that hours earlier you and I were by the pool doing the show and what I was watching on TV.
Well, we've played this place, and I think the thing that, when you were out there, especially with those buildings, it's just really pleasing to the eye. And as a golfer, like it's a good backdrop. What is the hitter's eye that you have in
Batter's
baseball?
eye.
It's a good golfer's eye out there in almost every single shot.
Too easy. By the way, Rory didn't win.
Yeah.
I want to hear what Keegan Bradley thinks.
I still need a brew dog for that hole-in-one. I was in the clubhouse. Come on, man.
Daily Pickle coming up. Mets still lousy. We'll be right back.